My decision to go into research, I think it's rooted in an interest even as a kid. I always enjoyed nature. I always enjoyed exploring nature, and I also enjoyed like fixing things and dealing with problems. So I think all those kind of things come together as sort of a natural fit for doing research. But it wasn't until my undergraduate studies at Western where I really realized, okay, this is something that's done. I didn't really know about what research was before that, and I really got hooked there. So even in my first year, hearing the professors up on stage in one of these huge classrooms, just realizing that this is something that this person does for a living, is doing research as well as teaching and conveying those ideas to undergraduates, and that was really appealing to me. So from there on, that became a focus and a goal for me. My lab basically is looking at how molecular circuits and molecular machines, how they work together to organize cells. So that's specifically how cells are shaped, how cells undergo cell shape changes, and in turn how those changes lead to changes in larger tissues and organs. So basically we're looking at how molecules organize cells, organize tissues for the development of an animal. One of the things that it's been most exciting recently is discovering the importance of actually disassembling complexes or stopping complexes from forming. So a lot of focus when you think about molecules building larger complexes and building cells is on making these assemblies of molecules. How do you construct them? But what we're finding that it's also really important to break those complexes down so that there's a dynamic in the cell of continually building something and breaking it down to allow the cells to be flexible, allowing the tissues to be flexible as well. So that's really been fun and kind of new for us to think about. First, find what you're interested in, find this match with labs that share that interest, and then send an email off and make it really clear in that opening paragraph why you're interested in working in the lab, and really make that connection to say, I'm really interested in this idea, I learned about it recently, I see that you're working on this and I'd be really excited about getting involved. So making that personal connection is really important, and that will increase the chances of opening the door to a lab. Outside of that, outside of a general interest in research, I think two things I look for. One are the students' marks. So that's, to me, important just to show that that they're showing a commitment to their education and a commitment to doing well. So that's another important thing about research, is that it requires dedication. And then a thing outside of that as well is just things to show that a person is well-rounded. I think it's important to express on the resume that if you have work experience outside of university and research, definitely show that there, and because that shows that you have responsibility in those areas. And also your outside interests as well. It just gives a sense of you as a fuller person and what you'd be like interacting as a team in the lab, as a team member in the lab. My advice to undergraduates is basically to think about what's really important to you, what you like, and then think about what you're good at. And then from that list of things, really work very hard to do your best at those things and make the most of that. And I think you'll be able to find the career opportunities that are related to that, and you'll have a fulfilling career down the road.
So you mentioned sports. Do you have a favorite sports team or a favorite sport?
Sure. Yeah, I really like all sports. I think when it comes down I really like watching sports when it comes down to sort of the championship game, when everything is on the line, and watching people compete at that level is really great.